webinar, let me share some details about the 2002. We aim to provide cutting-edge IT technology services, help organizations in modernizing their services infrastructure. We also provide on-site resource deployment. In addition to that, we try to improve return on investment by reducing cost of services by taking projects offshore. By choosing Royal Cyber, be sure that you are making a right decision. Over the last decade, we have served numerous organizations, including Fortune 500 companies. We are a group of 300 plus skilled IT professionals with an extensive experience in IBM, Microsoft, CA, and various other solution providers. Our global presence makes it easier for us to provide services worldwide. Currently, we have offices in US, Canada, UK, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, Australia, Pakistan, and India. Getting back to the agenda, Asif today will be providing a brief overview of digital customer experience management, a comparison between traditional and advanced matrices, an impact of underestimating the power of CEM, that is customer experience management, and how improved customer experience can be managed. So without further ado, let me hand over the session to Mr. Asif, who will be starting.
Okay, basically today's presentation is on digital customer experience. Okay. I know that everyone knows that digital customer experience is about satisfaction, but it isn't really about that. Let me tell you a story. Like there was a fisherman who went to the sea to get fishes. But when fishing, he thought that why it is that I cannot understand what's going inside the sea, because he could only see the sea, but he cannot see what was going under that. Just like that, the e-businesses and the websites on which the business is going on, the business leaders and the website themselves doesn't know what's going inside the website from the point of the customer. So basically, people ask me, why is customer experience insight very important? I tell them because without understanding the behavior of specific target audience, you won't be able to get them to convert well. In another way of saying this is, if you only provide a one-size-fits-all web experience, then you are not going to be able to focus on high-value visitors, the ones that are likely to bring you the most money. In short, I would say that customer experience is a huge field that covers multiple disciplines, professions, and practices. By definition, it spans the entire life cycle of your customer's interaction, like how he's navigating through the site, how he's going through the checkout processes, from initial awareness to the discovery and attraction to purchase and advocacy. Customer experience will create and maintain your brand. Today in the digital society, companies do not understand that the market jammed with potential seller. The companies that win is the company that builds the right perception in the mind of the customer and keep it there over time. The basic aim of these two first slides, which are typically on what digital customer experience is, to recall everything that you know about it already, but it is there to give you the importance of its necessity and what advantage it can bring to you. And I'm very sure that I will only talk those things which you want to know. Basically, customer experience is all about managing the customer experience over time, which is essential to long-term growth of every organization. Customer once go from a brand through a bad service experience or even a no reply and then could be gone forever. Manage the customer experience correctly by taking what you learn from customer through feedback over various channels, and then you can feed it back into future marketing initiatives to your customer segments. When I said it's all about managing customer experience properly require consistency in interaction with the brand so the customer perceptions are correct. Excellent customer experience management requires knowing your customers so completely that you can create and deliver personalized experience that will entice them not to only remain loyal to you but also to evangelize to others about you, and the word of mouth advertising is the most valuable form. Now when digital marketing experience deals specifically with how companies develop and maintain the experience of their brand in the digital or online world, so digital experience is the sum of experiences a customer has with a supplier of goods or services via digital touchpoints including the web, mobile, tablets, social media and more. But what I see is a result are very woefully poor, with real customer time and again testifying to the level of online satisfaction that are in fact far lower than companies imagine they provide. Going to the next slide. Yes, this is the slide which I think will bring all of us on the same page. In my consulting career, I have highlighted one of the most pressing issues facing online marketing today, that they simply do not know enough about the vast majority of visitors that leave their website without converting. Yes, I know that everybody has web analytics and true it is essential, but it is not giving the answers of the insight into why customers leave or why they may have a negative online experience. Where customer experience with analytics can provide actionable insight into our company's most valuable target audience segment. Like they can tell how purchasers and non-purchaser experience a website differently, how to determine which action leads to purchase and why failure occurs for non-purchasers. What are the elements to emphasize in order to create conversion successes and what elements to eliminate to prevent bounces? So the question arises, why can't I just stick with my web analytics? Web analytics are great. Every online marketing team needs to have web analytic data to understand where and how they acquire visitors to their website and to segment those visitors into identifiable groups. But what then? Web analytics will only tell you if a web page is working or not, but it won't tell you why. Okay, now moving to the next slide. Yes. Now we'll talk about Lenovo case study. Lenovo is managing to solve this problem effectively using advanced user visualization tracking technology. They are able to quickly identify where customers have negative experiences and then remove them simply and quickly. In the image you can see that the Lenovo homepage with customer experience tool, side by side heat map superimposed to show where customers are engaging most. Along with analytic integrations, marketing gurus at Lenovo are enabled to compare the page experience for purchasers, the left-hand heat map versus non-purchaser, the right-hand heat map. By understanding what factors of the web page encounter engagement, Lenovo were able to significantly increase their page optimization and generate more online revenue. For the people who do not really know what heat map is, so here we are seeing heat maps. Heat map technology is revolutionizing how we read customer experience. A heat map is a way of visualizing data using color code to present different values in two-dimensional image. Heat map provides us with an overall spatial view of data that could otherwise be difficult to absorb at a single sitting and even more difficult to create actionable improvement from it. Taking this into the world of web optimization conversion, we can now understand how customer experience heat map technology is revolutionizing the way marketing professionals understand their web visitors and page behavior. Now let's move to the next slide. Yes, this slide is very interesting too. Traditionally, time on page has been the most common matrices used to measure engagement with the content of page. But time on page tells you one thing and one thing only: how long a visitor had a page open for. The trouble is, most users will often open a new tab, read for a short time, then minimize their browser or even go off and do something else while keeping the browser open. All of this is normal browsing behavior, but it gives rise to one major point. Time on page tells us nearly nothing about how and how long visitors actually interact with your online content. Instead, engagement time is the metric that we should all be talking and using. Engagement time is also a metric that's unique to most customer experience management tools and shows literally the time visitors are actively engaged with your site, like reading your content, looking at your pictures, watching your videos, and browsing your products. Engagement time tells you how long the page held their attention rather than just time that the page was opened in the browser. As you can see from the above graph, time on the page can change drastically, in part because it can be skewed by normal browsing behavior. Over engagement time, however, provides a far more steady, reliable, and more representative statistics of visitor behavior. Now let's move to the next slide. Now we will talk on why visitors are not engaging, which we can see on our analytic dashboards. Now that we know that from our last slide is that the engagement time is far more important than the time on the page. Next, what are the sort of issues that may be harming our site engagement? Here are the three common ones. Content is not meeting visitors' expectation. Yes, this could be causing high bounce rates because the content is not interesting enough for the visitor. Perhaps They are looking for something more relevant that does not currently exist on the page. Page is hard to navigate to article or feature of choice. It can be that the page is poorly laid out and can therefore seem overwhelming or confusing for the visitor. The content could not be loading properly or at all. This could be because there is too much redirection or loading time. Also, there could be JavaScript errors on the page, or visitors could be clicking on articles thinking that it will open but instead get redirection. The reasons to tell the reason is that it is the time to start measuring visitors' engagement. The customer management tools with heat map provides a range of matrices that enables you to accurately identify engagement time for desktop and mobile website. Yes, this will enable your team to quickly and accurately identify which of these three issues above are causing poor engagement. From mouse move heat maps to attention heat maps and scroll reach heat maps, all of these enable web performance and marketing specialists to understand where visitors are really engaging with your web pages. And if you think you are spotted a trend, then simply drill down into the session playback to watch full browser session to confirm why visitors may or may not be engaging. This was the answer to the people who say that analytics provide heat maps, but they do not know why we have such a trend which is occurring on the heat map. Going further to the next slide, it is very important to know that what customer wants. Sometimes you might watch a visitor's session and wonder, what was the intent of the visitor? Was he or she on your site to buy or just to browse? One of the main advantages of adding customer feedback to your session analysis is the ability to know exactly what the visitor was thinking while on your site. For each session, you can add additional data points such as next steps, visitor intent from open-ended questions. These provide critical content to help better understand the needs and the wants of your visitors. Let's imagine you see a spike in a cart abandonment and start watching visitor browser session to better understand the reasons why. Good. But what if you could then prioritize the top reasons for cart abandonment and just watch those sessions in the context with the specific feedback provided by your visitor? Or what if you could contextualize each session as you watch with the actual intent of the visitor? This is what digital customer experience can give marketer a holistic view of customer experience by combining the voice of customer with their digital customer experience. So we can say that by combining digital customer experience management tools, you can guide and focus your efforts using representative feedback left by your customer. For example, you can segment your section recordings to focus just on the visitors who rated your site experience as below 3 out of 10. This allows you to focus on customers that had a poor experience, and then we may replay the sessions to better understand what the customer went through that lead to that poor experience. Now moving to the next slide. The impact of not understanding your customer. It could be that companies or marketers may think that analytics is enough and we do not need customer experience tools or to manage customer experience. I would say that it is a fact that we do not know enough about the vast majority of the website visitors who inexplicably leave a website, which is one of the salient challenges facing marketing today. We do not know enough about why they leave, and we do not know the specific issue, if any, that were reasonable for the negative experience. But we do know the impact of those lost visitors on our business. The following are the impact of not understanding your customer. We will lose revenue because 88% of online buyers abandon the shopping cart without a transaction. We have to understand why customers or specific analytics segments did not convert. Most customers are likely to churn since 63% of people are less likely to buy from a company if they experience a problem with a mobile transaction. We have to quickly identify weaknesses in our desktop and mobile conversion funnel. 69% of customers move to the competitor following poor online customer experience because of higher costs which is not being identified. Customer experience can reduce call center costs, resolve customer issues in less time, and therefore will reduce customer frustration. Poor customer experience management will damage your brand, as we know that 50% of online customers give the brand only 1 week to respond to usability issues before they stop doing business with them. We have to rapidly improve brand experience for our most valuable customers and target segments. Now let me tell you some facts that how we present ourselves in the digital world and what challenges are there. A few years ago, everyone was talking about the importance of measuring the success of our websites and marketing campaigns. Now the conversion has shifted towards the idea of measuring and optimizing not just individual campaigns but the whole online customer experience. Digital customer experience is the ability to track and explain how customers feel and interact with your online channel. If you are able to explain why people stay or leave, what engages them and what frustrates them, and what makes them purchase one or keep coming back for more, then your optimization efforts will be that of much more effective. And you will be in the right position to build a significant brand advantage over your competitors. When discussing the ROI potentials of digital customer experience, nothing is more convincing than cold hard facts. So let me tell you some facts. Number one, spending on customer experience will directly influence customer conversion rate. 39% of companies that allocate over a quarter of their marketing budget on customer experience have a conversion rate of above 5%. But 58% of companies that allocate under a quarter of their marketing budget on optimization have conversion rates less than 2%. Secondly, session replays is more effective than statistics. 57% of companies could consider digital experience session replay as the most effective way of identifying problems or issues with online customer experience, compared with only 31% of companies that would consider web analytics as the most effective. Thirdly, companies do not know why people leave their website. 93% of companies cannot quantify or have only a vague idea of how much online revenue is lost through site abandonment due to poor digital customer experience. Lastly, companies aren't getting actionable insight from web analytics. 96% of organizations have a web analytics data, but 63% are not getting customer experience insight from it or are getting them only occasionally. So the conclusion from the facts are that too many companies do not know enough about the vast majority of visitors that are leaving their websites. Web analytics, while essential, is not giving the answers or the insight into why customers leaving or why they have negative online experience. Most companies understand that digital customer experience technology is the correct way to identify those negative experiences and alleviate them. Now moving to the next slide. Now let's learn about some basics of customer experience management. Understanding customer behavior and navigations, more commonly known as customer experience analytics. This capability involves dynamic data collection at the individual customer level. The process differs from traditional web analytic tools that only collect channel data like page views, bounce, and session time. Understanding a customer behavior and then trying online behavior to offline data detail about a customer allows organization to round out a customer profile for deepening customer insight and in turn better marketing campaigns. Secondly, remarketing. You can remarket after you see from a session or any video from a customer experience tool that customer has left because of some error. You can remarket again to that particular segment of customers. Dynamic content. Serving personalized content to web property based on customers' navigation history, some may consider creepy, but I see it as less online hunting. I have to do for a product or service. It makes sense. Make the customer experience as convenient and effective as possible. The customer gets what they want and the organization get what they desire as well. Revenue and the customer satisfaction. Sentiment and influence, performance and effectiveness reporting, channel efficiency, measure customer values are the important things too. Many CX companies are working hard to overcome customer experience gap. They provide unique insight based upon results from various softwares and their special trained consultants. Basically, these practices provides more unique behavioral and physical insight into how customers truly experience a brand, company or product online. Some tools work by providing video recordings from anonymous browser sessions and then compiling those sessions into a range of advanced heat map that illustrate flows and areas of high and low activity on the site and within a page. But before even thinking of any customer experience tool in the market, we must first understand how can customer experience can really help us. Now moving to the next slide. Closing words. Customer experience promises to help e-business leaders drive customer targeting, content relevancy and personalization on their site and cross-digital enable consumer touchpoints. Vendors from diverse set of solutions categories from e-commerce platform to content management, site search and personalization are expanding their capabilities to support the management and optimization of cross touchpoint customer experience. These customer experience management solutions aim to support these personalized experiences across digital experience such as websites and mobile site as well as mobile and tablet apps. The solution will also support digital enabled touchpoints such as contact centers and stores or branches or check-in desks. In the era of agile commerce, more e-business leaders will look to take advantage of customer experience management solutions to drive optimized experience and increase sales. However, many of these solutions remain nascent and e-business leaders should proceed with a pragmatic view of the value of the customer experience solutions in the near term. So we can summarize that in today's complex business world, being able to drive insight from customer touchpoints or channels is not just recommended, it is necessary. The online channel has become one of the fastest growing and data rich channel. Being able to harness the mountains of customer data coming from this channel and then being able to extract valuable insight from the data is mandatory for today's business. Feed the insight gleaned from the customer experience category back into the strategy and planning to complete a true closed loop business process. Please keep in mind that making small changes to one or two areas can give us improved business result overall. Hopefully this webinar series will help crystallize the advantages of an integrated customer experience management approach. We all need to get the best possible result from our initiatives, and this approach have been proven to work. Would you agree? Please comment and join in the discussion later. And as always, thanks for following.
Thank you very much, Asif. I know we had certain problems in the voice communication today, and I apologize depth of my heart. But be sure that we will be sending you a video link very soon as it is available and it's available online. Thank you very much for listening, and thank you very much for attending today. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you.